Okay, this video is all about love. Before you get going, you're going to want to have a chair and maybe a blanket. If you have a couple of bed pillows or a sofa cushion or a yoga bolster, you want to grab that too. We're going to do some basic sun salutation things, and then we're going to do some restorative poses because this video is all about love. And the fact that you showed up here, whether it's your first time or your 1000th time, it means somebody gave you enough love that you exist, that you're well enough to get on your mat just the way you are, and you have received some form of love, motherly love or other love. You're also going to be called to love someone, and so it could be children, it could be grandchildren, it could be your pets or some plot of land. This is a time to just make space, to know that you are both loved and you have the capacity to love more. So what we want to do is think of your mat, and this time as a gently rolling river. And I want you to take the drawbridge and raise it up over the past and raise it up over your future, and just allow yourself to settle in to right now. Lift your toes up, check your feet, outer edges parallel. Drop your tailbone by rotating your thigh bones inward slightly. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, take a few breaths. Or just gaze down at the floor in front of you. So you could set any kind of intention. You might want to have a kind of a silent mantra that goes something like, I know I am loved. I know I can love more. Or just one half or the other. So take a couple more deep breaths, in through your nose and out through your nose. So one more time. You can keep your eyes closed if you want, but take your arms overhead with your palms together. And again, raise up, take one arm out to the side, raise up that drawbridge on the past. Take the other arm out, raise up the drawbridge on the future. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center right here, to this time, to this moment. And then we're going to begin do our spinal warming with our hands on a chair. So this is great if you have trouble with being on your knees or with your wrists, right? I'm just resting my hands on the chair. Slight bend in the knees, right? Remember your own best teacher. So if it's better for you to do this on all fours, do this on all fours. So pull the low belly in. And feel your spine nice and straight. Try and stretch it out through the crown of the head. Back of the neck is in line with the spine, so I tend to dip my head, try not to do that. And then straight out through the tailbone. You can feel how that kind of animated all the muscles around your spine, your ribs. Right, so try and keep this length. And soften your elbows and inhale, just gently take that cow shape. So tailbone and crown of the head up, but still long. So it might be a smaller movement, but nice and safe. And then on your exhale, again, tailbone and crown of the head, reaching out long, hollow out. So again, might be smaller motion. So feet are rooted, planted, inhaling gently arch, same thing. So no slumping into the belly. Maybe you let your head hang this time. One more time, inhaling gently arch. And exhaling, hollow out. And then take your right arm up in the air and just inhale, gentle twist. Keep the arm on the back so your hand is not behind you, straight out to the side. And exhale, hand back to the chair. And then inhale, take your left arm up. just twisting from above the waist. And exhale down. So one more time, inhale, gently arch. And exhaling all out. And then maybe come back to flat back. You can straighten your legs all the way or keep them softly bent and drop your head towards the chair. Getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Backs of the legs. Lower back. And then come back to that upside down L shape. Soften your knees. Make sure you're nice and stable, head above the heart. And inhale, take your arms up overhead again. So you don't have to change direction, but I'm going to, so you can see me. You're going to inhale, get tall. And we're going to exhale, just float from side to side, maybe right, get longer, and left. Feet still rooted, do that a couple times each side. Last time. Deep exhales. Inhaling, come on back up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a breath. Notice if you feel differently already. So we're going to take ourselves down to the floor. Now you can use your chair for support. You can come to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up tall, soften your knees, and exhale gently. Dive all the way forward if you can. Then inhale, half forward fold. Come right back to this moment. Exhaling, take one leg back behind you, doesn't matter which one. You can grab hold of a block. Take that leg way back behind you. Float the back knee down. Come to all fours just for a moment. And then exhale, drop to your elbows. So find this modified low plank. And then relax your feet. Drop your hips. Gentle Sphinx pose. Little bit of back bend. And exhale, take your elbows out so you can rest your head in your hands. Just listen to my voice. Squeeze your inner thighs together like you have a mermaid tail. And inhale, gently lift the backs of the knees so the heels come up as well. And then exhale down. Do that 2 more times. Inhaling, heels up. Exhale down. You keep your head on your hands. Inhale, heels up. And exhale down. And then bring your hands on your shoulders, and we'll do 3 little cobras. So reach that tailbone toward your heels, and inhale, mostly use your upper back muscles. And exhale down. 2 more. Maybe making that ocean sound. Remembering. Keep your focus right here on your breath, your mat. Then we're going to reverse our push-up through that modified plank. So squeeze your elbows in, make your hands a little closer to your waist. Maybe you can get your hips up first. Right? And start to slowly and gently walk your way back to your version of a child's pose. Several breaths here in whatever version works for you. It can be as soft or as active as you like. Maybe some rocking from side to side. Take a moment to remember you are loved and capable of even more love. Because love is what animates this, as my friend likes to say, big blue spinning ball we're all desperately trying to hold on to. So on an inhale, pull your low belly in, come back up to all fours. You're going to bring your right leg forward in low lunge. All right. So drop your tailbone. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Take a breath, maybe raise your gaze. And then exhale, hands to the mat or your block, or hold on to your chair, curl your back toes under, lift your hips up and back. I'm going to turn my back to you. You're going to turn your back heel down and in. So we are setting up for warrior two, heel to arch alignment. Right, just gaze over your front fingertips. Nice. And then inhale, windmill yourself right back to the top of your mat. Scoot that back foot to meet the front. Again, inhale, reach the crown of the head out long and upside down L. Exhale, hang like a rag doll. And then reverse your dive. Arms go way out to the side to support you. Fingertips up in the air. And exhale your hands to your heart. Come right back to your breath. Stay right where you are and shift your body weight into your left side. So we're going to take tree pose on your right leg. Foot on the calf, hold on to the wall. Heel above the knee, just no weight in the knee. Keep your palms together. If you can, take your arms up overhead. Use your drishti, that focal point, and your breath to keep you stable. Maybe again, opening that drawbridge. Exhale, bring your hands right back to your heart center. And then we're going to take that right leg way, way back in high lunge. Hold on to the chair or your blocks, front knee over the ankle. We're going to float that back knee down. Relax that foot. Inhale your arms up. Now we're low lunge on the other side. A few breaths here. And then gently release. Curl those back toes under, setting up for warrior two on the other side. It's okay if you have your back to me, just listen to my voice, right? Heel to arch alignment. Nice firm feet as your foundation. Gaze over your front fingertips. You're strong. You got this. When you're ready, windmill yourself back around to your high lunge. Scoot your back foot to meet your front. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, hang if you can. Then reverse your dive. Nice and tall, fingertips up in the air. And exhale your hands to your heart center. And when you're ready, we'll shift to tree pose on the second side. Try and do the same thing on both sides if you can. Open up to this moment. It's just a practice. Bring your hands back to your heart center. And then lift that knee and take the leg way, way back to high lunge. Float the back knee down. All right, inhaling. Come back to all fours just for a moment. Maybe rock your hips from side to side. And find your way to a seated twist. So lots of options here, right? We could start with the right knee bent, left leg stretched out. You could cross the right foot over. You could fold the left heel towards your right hip, but you want to keep both sitting bones rooted. All right. Sweep that right arm behind you. Take the left arm up in the air. Cross it over wherever you can or hold the knee. Again, just twisting from the waist. Gaze over your back shoulder. And exhaling, gently release. If it's safe for you to shift into a boat pose, feel your strength in your core. Draw your toes back towards your knees. Maybe reach your fingertips towards your heels. And we'll get ready to do that twist on the other side. So do the same thing on this side if you can, that you did on the other. And sweep your arm around. And find your twist. exhaling, gently release. So come to an easy seated pose. We're just gonna relax our neck, shoulders a little bit, so roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and then drop your chin to your chest. And then slowly and gently make some like little smiley faces with your chin toward your chest. Just a little half circle. Come back to stillness. And then take your right ear right to your right shoulder. Maybe your left fingertips reach away. You close your eyes and just follow your breath. So this is about the spine staying straight, and just the head moving. And drop your chin to your chest again. And then when you're ready, take your left ear to your left shoulder, maybe reach the right fingertips away. Relax the lower body. And come on back to neutral. Interlace your hands behind you if you can. Right? I'll turn sideways so you can see. Just try and take your knuckles away from you. Pull your low belly in. Folding forward, taking your fingertips up in the air as much as you can, so feeling the stretch in the shoulder. No pain anywhere, right? Nice little stretch in the hip as well. 2 for 1. So lengthen, switch the cross of your legs. Now try and switch the cross of your fingers. So now you've got your fingers interlaced the awkward way. And then exhale, fold forward again. Good, and inhale, come on back to neutral. Rest your hands on your knees. Maybe come back to that mantra. So now for the good stuff, you're going to want to have all your props. First thing we're going to do is a supported straddle, forward fold. So you want to take your heels out. You can straddle your chair and rest your arms and your forehead on the chair. Or you could rest a bolster against the chair, right? So you just want to find that place where you can feel a nice stretch in the inner thighs. Maybe you go to a yoga block. And you can fold a little deeper. You turn your head to one side. And just settle in. Try and release any tension anywhere. You can have the toes gently pointing toward the ceiling, but they don't have to be active. Just using this time to nourish your soul. Activate the parasympathetic side of the nervous system, the rest and digest. Maybe you want to gently lift your head and turn it to the other side. So you can stay right where you are, or if you want to try and go a little deeper, you could adjust your props a little bit. So I drop my block down to a lower setting. Take several more breaths here. And And then use your hands to gently walk your shoulders back over your hips. Maybe even using your hands under your thighs to gently walk your legs inward, move that prop, just so that you can swing your feet to one side. So have your thighs parallel to the short edge of your mat. All right, so you're going to take your pillows or cushion or yoga bolster, whatever you have, right? You're going to tuck your thigh and hip up next to it and rotate towards it and start to fold your rib cage onto the bolster. So nice easy twist. You could point your nose toward the knee side. You could let your head rest neutral. You could make it a deeper twist by taking your nose away from your knees and just settle in. Don't have to do anything else until you hear my voice again. Take a deep breath. Let everything go. And then the easiest way to move to the other side, you're going to gently push yourself up. Turn your hips so your back is facing your pillows. Shift your knees to the other side. Tuck your hip right up there. Rotate from above the waist. Be nice and gentle with yourself. And then fold onto your prop. So maybe your nose stays pointing towards the knees. Maybe you want to see if you can turn your head the other way. So in these nice juicy restorative poses, it's great to do a little body scan. Just from the feet up through the crown of the head, making sure you're not holding tension anywhere. And again, nothing to do until you hear my voice. And now gently take a deep breath. And then use your arms to push yourself up. Go ahead and turn your back to the bolster again or your cushions. And we're going to fold ourselves over it. So you might want to, if you have a blanket or a block, put it behind you for a little support on your neck. Now this is a back bend, so the closer your hips are to your cushion, the more of a back bend it's going to be. If you don't want too much of a back bend, take your hips away from your prop. Plant your feet, knees bent, and lengthen your spine as you roll back, adjusting your props as you need. Take your arms out to the side, palms facing up. This is going to be our Shavasana today, most important pose. If your low back's feeling okay, you can stretch your legs out completely, let them go. You decide. Just feel yourself gently floating in this space, in this moment, just for you. feel the love energy. You both receive and you give. One more time, a little body scan. See where you can let go. Nothing to do until you hear my voice again. So I invite you to stay right where you are for a few more breaths. I'm going to read you a poem. If you're ready to slowly and gently get moving, you could do that, or you can stay still. This poem was written by Meister Eckhart. It's a translation of the German mystic. He lived in the 13th, 14th century. It's called Love Does That. All day long, a little burro labors, sometimes with heavy loads on her back, and sometimes just with worries about things that bother only burros. And worries, as we know, can be more exhausting than physical labor. Once in a while, a kind monk comes to her stable and brings her a pear. But more than that, he looks into the burro's eyes and touches her ears, and for a few seconds the burro is free and even seems to laugh. Because love does that. Love frees. So if you haven't already, find your way to a seated position. Take your arms out to the side, remembering that you are both loved and capable of more love. And on an inhale, take your arms up overhead. Exhaling, bring your hands to your heart center. Give yourself that mental pat on the back for showing up, taking care of yourself so that you can care for others. The Spirit in me honors the Spirit in each of you. Namaste.